Hey, what's up, you guys? Bringing another action figure review to you, and this is actually a very rare figure right now. I had to buy it all the way up from England. Uh, that's right. But it got here surprisingly fast, though. Like, I was expecting it to be a long shipping, like if you were to buy something from China, but it wasn't actually. So this is a very rare figure. This is the DC Collectibles Dark Archer, aka Malcolm Merlyn from, that's right, from Arrow. This is a figure that when it first came out, I didn't really care about it. I didn't really want it, but as time went on, I started having more of an appreciation for it, and I started wanting it more. So those are the figures on the back. This is from season 3, which John Barrowman, the actor who plays Malcolm Merlyn, he had a very prominent role in, involving him, Thea, his daughter, and Oliver, and of course the League of, what were they called? Were they just called the League on Arrow, or the League of Assassins, or League of Shadows? I mean, they go by so many different names in the comic books. Anyway, this is the stuff that's on the bottom, and this is what's on the side. His name, Malcolm Merlyn, and you got the arrow signal down there. You got DC Collectibles right there. You have a picture on them on the side, which I already showed multiple times. Arrow, Malcolm Merlyn, got the little arrow insignia down there, the DC Collectibles. He doesn't really have a read up or a bio or anything like that. You got the arrow right there. You got, whoops, that's upside down. You got the arrow logo up top. So let's crack this guy open, Malcolm Merlyn, and let's take a closer look. Stay tuned. And here's Malcolm Merlyn out of the packaging. So he comes with a little backdrop that I'm standing him in front of. And the other two accessories he comes with is it's his bow here, which it does have a real string you have to be careful with. And it's a very nice recurve bow that he has. And also he comes with this arrow accessory. Now, if you notice, this is the same green arrow that Oliver uses, if he still uses these kind of bow. I don't know. I think that his arrows are kind of different now. But like in his first couple of seasons, this is the exact arrow that Oliver used. Now, what they should have did was color it dark, a dark green or a dark black. Actually, not even green. Actually, yeah, it should be black, like how these arrows are in the back of his whatever you call this, that I forgot what you call it, but what they carry the arrows in. But boy, this is a very nice looking figure. So let's take a closer look at Mr. Malcolm Merlyn. Now, it doesn't look like Malcolm Merlyn. It does not look like John Barrowman, the actor, at all. But it still works. He has some very nice wash in his hair. He got like these, I guess, blonde highlights or streaks. I love the material in his clothes, or what he's wearing. This is what the League of Assassins was wearing in the Arrow, a TV show, and this is what he wore, basically from season 1 all the way until his final appearance in Arrow when he died. I still don't think he's dead, like a permadead. So you got nice wash over this robe and everything that they wear. The sculpting of his pants is very, very nice. The sculpting of his boots as well is very nice, as you can see. All the detail, the material in this man is very on point. I even like this, what he got going on under there. Like I wasn't even aware of that, like I'm noticing all kind of new details here. So it's he's sculpted very, very, very nice. The only thing I wish he had was like an alternate head where he wore that what he wore from season 1 when he was the villain. He was the Dark Archer. So I wish they had an alternate head, like where he could put that on. That would have really been cool. I would have really enjoyed that. But for what you get, it's really not bad. It's really not bad. I'm trying to get the bow in his hand, but it's a little difficult. Um, but I'll get into articulation. So his head can go to the left and to the right, and his arms go out about that much, which is all right. Go around 360. He has a single bend, not a double, single bend in the elbow. Uh, he he does have a bicep swivel. For rotation, nothing in the waist because of all this that's going on. Nothing in the waist. And he can't really do the split much because of this material here. He can kick forward about that much. He can kick back about that much. He does have a double jointed knee, and there's like no upper thigh cut, no rotation, anything like that. And he does have ankle pivot. He does have ankle pivot, and his foot can hinge up and down. Can his head look up much at all? Not really. It could barely look down. And oh, his wrist does have a full 360 rotation, and it does hinge up and it does hinge down. So that's about as far as the articulation goes for Mr. Malcolm Merlyn. So I got some bad news. Damn, I bumped my camera, but I got some bad news on my part. It was extremely hard. Now, it wasn't hard me putting the arrow between his fingers. It actually popped in there pretty easily, but what was difficult for me to do was to get the bow into his hand. And when I was trying to get the bow into his hand, I accidentally popped the string. Now, what I might have to do very, very carefully, extremely carefully, is I might have to try to glue the string back on there. Because, like, unless I could try to find a way, like, to tie the knot back in there. But, yeah, that's probably what I'm going to have to do. I'm probably going to have to find a way to get the string reattached to the bow, which is going to be quite difficult. But yeah, that's the huge risk that you run with this guy. Like, and not just this figure. Like, it even happened to my Green Arrow figure. You know what I mean? Like that bowstring popped so many times that when I was trying to pose them, so I just gave up. I was like, all right. I was like, I gotta just chill with this. So even though that it's really cool that you get an actual string on the bow, it can pop. So, you know, that's kind of unfortunate. But it's still a very cool figure. Like, it really is. Still to this day, it's a very cool figure. And he's not that difficult to get. Like, I paid only like $11 for him. You know, buy him from England, and shockingly, he got here really quick. So that was actually really cool, like brand new and in the box and everything. But like out here, like for some of the U.S. sellers, you know, you could still find them for a very good price. Like I seen some prices $15, which is not bad. Some is like 30 and up, but like it all depends, you know. These are some of the prices I saw on eBay anyway. So, you know, like he's not that hard to get, but the figure that I had a hard time getting was Zoom, and I just really lucked out with getting Zoom. I got him for like $30. Like, when did I review him? Last month or the other month? But yeah, like I really lucked out with Zoom, because Zoom is like extremely hard to get. Like people are selling him for like $100. I mean, new in the box, of course. I mean, but still, and even out of the box, people sell him for like 60, 70, like same prices. But I really lucked out. So, you know, I'm trying to round out my, you know, my Arrowverse collection here, you know, which is pretty cool. And just to show you what I'm talking about with the darn string, if you can see, popped. So, but I don't know, for some reason it was really hard getting his bow in his hand, and this hand is specifically made for him to hold that arrow. So, you know, I was trying to wedge it in there as best I could and pop. So I'm gonna have to figure something out with that. But still, overall, very, very cool figure. Very happy to add him to my collection and have him be a part of Arrowverse. So really happy. I got my Malcolm Merlyn. Yay. So side by side comparison, him standing next to the Dark Knight Batman, and him standing next to the fastest man alive, Barry Allen, the Flash himself. And of course, his mortal enemy slash, I don't know, kind of convenient ally sometime. If you watch all the seasons of Arrow like I did. But anyway, yeah. Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, standing next to Malcolm Merlyn. And I guess for fun, have Malcolm Merlyn stand next to Vic Sage, the Question. Yeah, so like I was gonna try to do like a dynamic pose, like with him shooting the arrow and the bow and everything, but since I popped the thing, no can do, because I'm gonna have to repair the string off camera. But aside from that, aside from the string being an issue and it can pop easily if you're not careful, and aside from him not having that alternate dark archer head, which I would have really appreciated that if they went the extra mile to do that, because I used to love when he used to wear that costume, which I will admit, he kind of stopped wearing it like as the seasons went on, but then there was one episode he did wear it one final time, and that was, and I really appreciate that. But anyway, I'm rambling as usual, but aside from those two things, this is a very solid figure. The articulation is not really probably what some people might want. It's very limited because of what he's wearing, but this is a very solid figure, very solid release. I'm very happy to have it, and to add it to my collection and to add it to my Arrowverse collection. So, yeah. So that's the review, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time, you have failed this. Oh, that's not his line. That's Oliver's line. Till the next time, see ya.